Every club pretty much has a batting coach. Can a coach teach hitting? Can he take somebody who is a 220 hitter and make a 300 hitter out of him?
That would be very, very hard to do unless an individual is doing things completely wrong, completely out of character for himself. If Ozzie Smith was going for his 40 home runs a year, which is an impossibility, and if you tell this man that he'll hardly, if ever, hit a home run, he should go for the singles, he should learn how to bunt, and if he can develop all of these aspects of his game, he can raise his average tremendously. But overall, a person that is here and has developed his style, a batting coach may be able to help him 10, 15, 20 points in the long run, perhaps even more. But I think a batting coach's job is just to keep a man in the groove, tell him when he's doing something markedly wrong from what he was doing a week ago when he was hitting the ball well. And if he can keep him out of any prolonged slumps and things, I think he's doing a good job.
You've heard Dave Winfield say a batting coach can help improve a hitter's average 15 to 20 points. Does hitting coach Billy Herman think that he can teach a player to hit?
Well, I think you can help him a lot, Jerry. I don't think you can teach him to be a hitter. You have to have a certain amount of coordination and be able to make contact with the ball. And if you have those things, then you can help them. Sometimes they get in bad habits, they have bad swings and hitches and things like that you can correct. But as far as just taking anybody and teaching them to hit, I think that's impossible.
All right, how about for the kids of the world that play Little League Baseball, Babe Ruth and Connie Mack and so forth through junior high and high school? If you took a boy young enough and concentrated on him, can you do more with him than you would, say, someone who started at age 18?
I would say so. The earlier you get them before they form these natural bad habits that they have, well, I think you can do a lot with them at an early age. But once they get into bad habits, the kids like 18, 19 years old, sometimes they get into habits that you can't break. Now, some fellas you can help a lot. They get into bad habits, but they're not so bad that you can't break them. But most kids, after they've played baseball, like through Little League and stuff like that in the high school, it's kind of hard to break a bad habit.
Let's talk about the fear factor in hitting, F-E-A-R. Can you be a good hitter if you're afraid?
I don't think you ever can be a good hitter. I'll tell you why. To be a good hitter, you have to be able to hit the breaking ball, in professional baseball, especially in the big leagues. Everybody has a curve and everybody can throw it away on the outside part of the plate. And if you have fear and don't go after that ball, then I don't think you can ever learn to hit. But I've said this all my life. If you show me a boy that can make decent contact and does not have fear, I can teach him to be a good curveball hitter, which is supposed to be the hardest pitch to hit. And I think you can teach anybody to hit a curveball. If, like I say, if he can make contact and he has no fear of going after the ball, because the ball's breaking away from him, he can't be backing off. He's got to go after the ball. And some hitters have a little fear, and they won't go after the ball, and then there's no way you can ever teach them to hit a breaking ball.
So aside from timing and hitting the ball and so forth, fear becomes a very large part of being a good hitter.
There's no doubt about it. Because there's no way you can hit in the big leagues or high minors or even any minor league, hardly, if you have fear of the ball and don't go after the breaking ball. You just have to go after it to be a good hitter.
Should a batter copy another player's style? Dave Winfield thinks.
You gotta be yourself. You have to be what is comfortable for you. And I think there are a lot of factors that goes into the makeup of a ball player. Even the city he plays in, the kind and caliber of team he plays for, all of these things come into play. If the man is happy, if the man is doing well. There's so many things that go into the makeup of a ball player, but I would say there are certain, if I am a good hitter, if people think I am a good hitter, or Rod Carew or anyone else is a good hitter, there are certain things that all good hitters do. If they can follow these basics, and we'd go into detail at another time, but that is seeing the ball, making contact, and this type of thing. All good hitters do basically the same thing, and if you can find out these basics, you can develop your own style from there.
Let's jump to another subject, totally foreign to hitting, and it's base stealing, which you do extremely well, and also, besides base stealing, the ability to recognize a situation and take the extra base. Most people don't do it. All right, let's talk about a base runner. Why are some good and some people just never run bases well? What's the instinct there?
Number one, it's instinct and knowing your own talent, your own ability. You have to, I think, judge your opponent also. If you realize he has a weak arm, you can take advantage of it. If you, before a ball is hit and you're on base, you should look and see where the outfielders are playing. If the ball is hit to his right or left, whether it's over your shoulder or behind your back, you should know where the ball is going, and therefore you should know if you have the chance to take that extra base. Sometimes you can, what they call deke or decoy an individual. When a ball is hit directly at him, he says he's not going anywhere, and then when you see he's not prepared to make a throw to that base in front of you, you take the extra base right in his face. I enjoy that type of activity.
One final question, Dave. If you hit a ball, there's some place 30 feet from home plate that you know you can go an extra base. Some runners don't even know that till they get to first base. Now, why do you know it 60 feet ahead of them?
Again, you just have to take these things into account. Once you hit the ball, that you have it in your mind. Say, I'm going to take that extra base. If the ball is hit to a line drive to the left fielder, I've gotten doubles by hitting the ball, one hop smash right to the left fielder. And not just because he would be playing deep, but because he doesn't expect me to take that extra turn and extra base. Then again, they've caught me red-handed, you know, trying to go, and they get you maybe 20 feet, and then people say, wow, he looks bad. But then overall, I will make that the big play at the right time more often than you make a mistake. You cannot be afraid of failure, because if you are, you'll never make it.
The next record on Coca-Cola's Tips from the Stars series features highlights and interviews with this year's All-Star Game participants.